So this one act, my will of magnetizing this, changed my whole reality in this simulation. So this is what they call your God powers, your ability to do that. Not your greed or your lust for the material as much as it's to make the material not a problem. You understand what I'm saying? For me, the material is not a problem. And this is because this is what it entails for my true passion, which is to give this information to you. My true purpose, which is to dispense this information to you. So if I'm sitting starving, I can't do it. I'm not, starving doesn't motivate me. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel hungry and then I get my ass to work. My ass works. And I try to teach my sons that how to work when you're not under pressure or under duress. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, when we upset about them doing shit, then all of a sudden they taking out the garbage and washing the dishes more often. You know what I'm saying? How do you get them to wash the dishes and take out the garbage and pick up a broom while y'all all smiling at each other? You understand what I'm saying? While y'all all having tickle fights, can they maintain the same ethic? You know what I'm saying? About their grind. And that's really what needs to be taught to us. We're trained not only as former slaves and black folk in America, just as American people, to perform under pressure. Therefore, you lust for pressure. And therefore, when you relieve the pressure, because you were trained to perform under pressure, you actually magnetize more pressure because that's your home. So when you say I'm grinding, I'm out here trying to get money, that's why they call it nigger rich. Because when you do finally make a lump sum, you find that lump sum disappearing just as fast as you obtained it. Because, or even the slow path of you obtaining it, once you finally score, if you will, and come up on some money, you find yourself spending it just as quick as it came up. This is because you have programmed yourself through repetition of a poor lifestyle. I'm hustling, son. I'm a grinder, son. Got to get this money. Got to get this money. If you're saying got to get this money, you programmed yourself to got to get this money. So when you have money, you haven't programmed yourself to have money. White people who are born into money, let's just say, have programmed themselves to have money. White people who were working their way up to having money, let's just say, they work up their way for like future generations, as opposed to, yeah, some of my hustle's all gravy, and they start flashing it. No. They're working their way up and they don't stop because they're looking at future generations. Then they groom their kids. They say your grandfather's the idea man. And he comes up with the good idea in the business. Then his son takes that and makes it an empire. And then his son blows all that fucking money. You understand what I'm saying? So Trump's grandfather was actually the real estate idea man. And he started in Queens. He was a part of Queensbridge Projects, the place I live, building. Trump's father. Then Trump, the son, is the one who turned that shit into an empire by taking his ass to Manhattan and building hotels. And then you see these goofy ass kids he got. They're the ones that's going to blow it. So they usually say that's the order and how it goes. Black people don't have that order. If let's say we look at ourselves as if this is the line, we are somehow always trying to tap that line from underneath. We are not trying to be the line. No longer trying to be the standard in which the model in which other people follows. We're trying to come off in between and score where we find holes and flaws in that line and call it a hustle, a grind. And that grind, if you program yourself for grinding, then what do you do when you get money? You got to get rid of it because you're a grinder. So you can't grind with money. You grind without money. You hustle when you don't have it. So you're proud to call yourself a hustler, a grinder, but you're actually programming yourself for constant failure. What is normal to you? It's normal to me. I can't remember myself without money. When I was a child under the protection of my parents who were poor. So in the beginning, I had my niggas selling drugs and grind. I just could never do it. I would lose crack. I didn't have the stomach to do it. I would come out, sell crack, and they'd be like, yo, the cops are out all day. I didn't even know what was happening. Get the fuck off the block. Oh, okay. I just wasn't good at selling crack. And some Mimi was like, this hustling, this grinding, and this mentality, it doesn't seem like a thing. And or a thing for me. And I always just had something and seen myself, especially in the later metaphysical aspects, as this line is my reality. Grinding and hustling is something I don't do. You know what I'm saying? In this stimulation, you can have whatever you want. You can choose whatever you want. You could choose to be a poor righteous teacher. Or you could choose to be someone who doesn't have to worry about material suffering and teach and have a passion for teaching that's greater than this material, what this material world has to offer.